Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. If I was to make a comparison between today's demonstrations and the previous Azimio's demonstrations, I will confidently say today's demonstrations were more successful. And they were successful because they were done across the country, including even in areas seen as William Ruto's strongholds. I've been sent some footages here of Kenyans demonstrating in Kalenjin Rift Valley and on the mountain, areas considered William Ruto's strongholds. So the demonstrations were more successful than the previous demonstrations. And if you look at William Ruto, the way he was talking yesterday, he gave a very strong warning to the demonstrators. We also saw Professor Kithure Kindiki issuing a very strong warning to the demonstrators. But it appears those warnings only helped in encouraging Kenyans to demonstrate. Kenyans never allowed themselves to be sold to fear. Ruto gave his warnings, Kithure Kindiki gave his warnings, but Kenyans never allowed themselves to be sold to fear. They still took to the streets in their thousands. If you look at what is happening in Kenya, it appears the government is now running out of options. The government is clearly panicking. And I'm saying that because it's coming out very clearly that the police are now using live bullets on the peaceful demonstrators. And also in KISII, 2 Probox vehicles full of goons were spotted in KISII, where the goons started attacking peaceful demonstrators. And fingers are being pointed towards Silvanus Osoro, South Mugirango Member of Parliament, a Kenya Kwanza top leader in Parliament. So you are saying that the government is running scared and their only option now is to use goons. If you look at revolutions in other countries, revolutions that have been successful, the moment a government starts using goons, those are clear signs that the government cannot contain the situation. So their last resort is to use goons. And such governments are always moribund. I won't be wrong to conclude Ruto's government is moribund. If at all is the government sponsoring the goons and also giving these rogue police officers orders to fire live bullets at the demonstrators. Those are signs this is just but a moribund government. Let's have a look at a tweet shared out by Pauline Njoroge some few minutes ago as I speak. A tweet that just confirms that the government might be using goons and ordering the police to use live bullets. Pauline Njoroge, I have just received this message from a nurse who works at a hospital in Machakos. Hello, Pauline. Please update on your wall that police in MLOLONGO are using live bullets on the demonstrators. In the last 1 hour, we have received 8 young men with gunshot wounds, all from MLOLONGO. She has just sent me another message. We have just received 1 dead on arrival with a gunshot on the back. So the police are using live bullets against peaceful demonstrators. And you are seeing that in MLOLONGO, things are not very good in MLOLONGO. But all that is not discouraging Kenyans from exercising their rights. More and more Kenyans are still coming out to tell William Ruto that they are tired with this rule. Yes. Where is Ipoa? Kazi kwenu Ipoa. Before we dig deeper, I want us also to listen to some locals of KISII talking about some goons who attacked them when they were doing their peaceful demonstrations. Listen to this before we continue.
Kusema hivi, sisi kama wananchi wapenda amani ambao tunaendelea kulalamika juu ya uchumi ambao imegusa kila mtu. Tumeamka leo asubuhi tukiwa na amani, tumetulia pale, tumetulia tukiwa na maandamano yetu kwa amani bila kuchokoza mtu yeyote. Kile tumefanya kuonyesha kwamba tumelalamika ni kuwasha moto na kuwata moto wetu pole pole. Ghafla binivu tumepata majambazi wamekuja na probox mbili za white na kwa moja ya black wakiwa na gadget mapanga mishale hivi wamekata kijana mmoja mkono na sisi wengine wamerusha mikono, na tunasema hivi, kama wameamua vita watuambie na sisi tujipange, tubebe mapanga, hata sisi twajua kurusha mikuki basi. Na kama ni huyo jamaa wanasema kutoka pale chini apeleke kinga yake sauti mapigano.
So the rogue elements in the police are using live bullets, and that seems not to be enough. Goons are also being given arrows and some pangas to attack peaceful demonstrators in KISII. And you are listening to those locals, they are pointing an accusing finger at Silvanus Osoro, South Mugirango Member of Parliament, government's chief whip in the National Assembly. We have not forgotten on how goons were sent to Uhuru Kenyatta's Northlands farm. So it appears that this is just a criminal government. That's its nature. It's a government that is full of criminals. They see nothing wrong in sending goons to invade Uhuru Kenyatta's Northlands farm. They see nothing wrong in sending goons to attack Kenyans in KISII. And from the way the locals are saying, they are saying that everybody can throw those arrows, or if that's the route the government is taking, then they are also ready to take that same route. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? This government is clearly brewing chaos and pitting communities against communities. And I've always maintained that when a government realizes that it can't deliver, it will always turn dictatorial, thinking that through dictatorship, they can silence the population. That's a wrong notion that will clearly backfire. If you fail to deliver, and then you want to silence the people through force, then that will make the people rebel more. And in this case, if you look at what happened in KISII on Friday, where some individuals lost their lives, today even Nyamira, there were demonstrations. And in KISII, there were also demonstrations. So the more you use force to silence the people, that only encourages the people. How I wish William Ruto had very good advisors to tell him that you cannot silence hungry people. A hungry people cannot be silenced by use of force. And then that also just proves on how this government is misusing power. Top leaders in government are drunk with power. Members of parliament, senators, leaders supporting that government are also drunk with power. They feel that they're above the law. That's also something coming out very, very clearly. And even before I conclude, if you look at what happened today, the people themselves were on the streets voicing their grievances against Ruto's government. So far, I've not seen Raila Odinga going to the streets, but already the message has been sent home very clearly that across the country, Kenyans are tired, fed up of a William Ruto's government. I think that's the strategy Azimio should be using going forward. Leaders should be, every elected leader should be in his area leading the protests, than all of them coming to Nairobi where they now work as a team. Each and every leader should be in his or her constituency leading the demonstrations in those areas. And from the look of things, as time goes by, the demonstrations are only getting big and bigger. And from today's mass action, there were so many epicenters. KISII became another epicenter. KITENGELA, we saw, in fact, there were so many epicenters. MLOLONGO, we also saw Meru. In fact, Nakuru, Western, it was a very big success. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you're giving me here. Thank you. God bless you. Any other person who wants to support our forum, I've pinned my number below. Contact me through the number or feel free to channel your support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.